He bragged that he could get any woman he wanted. So I helped him prove it, by creating a dating profile and matching him with our neighbor. When they finally met up, she said, "Wow. You look just like her boyfriend. I never thought I'd be the one writing here, but here I am." I, 34 female, live in Aurora, Colorado, a suburb just outside Denver. I've been with my boyfriend, Mark, 36 male, for 5 years, living together for 3. We met at a tech conference in downtown Denver. I work in graphic design, and he's in IT. We clicked over our shared love for sci-fi movies and hiking. Life was good, or so I thought. Mark has always been confident, sometimes too much. He often joked, "I could get any woman I want." At first, I laughed it off, thinking it was harmless. But over time, it started to bother me. Especially when he said it in front of others. One evening, after a neighborhood barbecue, he made the comment again. This time, he added, "If I were single, I'd have women lining up." Our neighbor, Lisa, a single woman in her early 30s, raised an eyebrow but said nothing. I noticed. That night, lying in bed, I thought about Mark's constant need for validation. I decided to test his theory. If he believed he could get any woman he wanted, let's see what happens when he unknowingly tries to date someone who already knows him. I created a fake dating profile on a popular app, using photos of a woman I found on a stock image site. I named her Emily and crafted a profile that I knew would appeal to Mark: loves tech, enjoys hiking, big fan of sci-fi movies. I set the location radius to include our neighborhood. Over the next few days, I noticed Mark spending more time on his phone, smiling at messages. He became more secretive, changing his phone password and taking calls outside. I knew he had matched with Emily. As Emily, I engaged Mark in conversations. He was flirtatious, charming, and quick to suggest meeting up. I played along, setting up a date at a local cafe. But instead of showing up myself, I had a different plan. I reached out to Lisa, our neighbor, and explained the situation. She was hesitant at first but agreed to help. I provided her with the details of the date, and she agreed to meet Mark, pretending to be Emily. On the day of the date, I watched from a distance as Mark arrived at the cafe, looking around nervously. Lisa walked in, spotted him, and approached. As she sat down, she said, "Wow, you look just like Rachel's boyfriend." Mark's face turned pale. He stammered, trying to explain, but Lisa stood up and left. He sat there, stunned, before eventually leaving. That evening, Mark came home, visibly shaken. He confessed to talking to someone online but claimed it was just for fun. I confronted him with the details, revealing that I knew everything. He was speechless. This experience taught me the importance of trust and communication in a relationship. Mark's need for validation and his belief that he could get any woman he wanted ultimately led to the end of our relationship. I realized that I deserve someone who values and respects me. To anyone reading this, trust your instincts. If something feels off, it probably is. And remember, you deserve honesty and respect in your relationships. After Mark moved out, things were quiet. Too quiet. I thought I'd feel relief, maybe some peace. But instead, it was this weird mix of anger, guilt, and confusion. Every room in the house still had pieces of him: his old hoodie on the coat rack, his favorite mug in the sink, even his damn razor in the bathroom drawer. I couldn't throw anything out yet. Not because I missed him, but because everything still felt raw. I wasn't sleeping much. I'd stay up, checking his old texts, rereading our conversations, and trying to figure out where everything really went wrong. Was it me? Was he always like this? Or did I make him worse? But then something strange started happening. About a week after he left, I got a text from an unknown number: "Hope you're proud." This didn't just blow up on me, it's getting around. I didn't respond. But the next day, I got a DM on Instagram from someone I didn't know. Her profile said she lived in Colorado Springs. "Hey, are you the Rachel from Aurora who dated Mark H? I think we need to talk." I froze. I clicked on her profile. Not much there. A few photos of hiking trails, a dog, and a blurry selfie. I hesitated but messaged back, "Yeah, I'm her." "What's going on?" Her reply hit me in the gut. I was dating him too. For almost a year. Her name was Talia. She said she met Mark on a different dating app months ago. They saw each other regularly, usually when he traveled for work. He always told her he had to be in Denver for client meetings or conferences. Turns out those work trips were him driving an hour and a half to see her and then coming back like nothing happened. She sent me screenshots. Photos of them at Garden of the Gods, late-night texts, a picture of him asleep in her bed. I couldn't breathe. Not only had he tried to cheat with someone fake, me pretending to be Emily, but he had been cheating the whole time, with a real woman, for a whole damn year. I was humiliated. Angry. And I felt stupid for thinking I'd caught him with a clever setup, when in reality, he was already way ahead of me. I told Lisa. Her jaw dropped. "He's AF *****ing menace," she said. And then she told me something else I didn't see coming. Apparently, 2 other women on our block had also gotten weird messages from a dating app account using Mark's photo under different names. One of them was married. The other was recently divorced and thought she was talking to someone new. So now it wasn't just me and Talia. This guy was running around pretending to be single, creating fake names, and testing his charm like it was a sport. It was like peeling back layers of a rotten onion. The more I found out, the worse it got. I finally called him. I didn't want closure. I wanted the truth. I wanted to see if he would lie, even now. He answered on the second ring. "Rachel?" His voice was calm. Too calm. "I talked to Talia," I said. "And Lisa. And 2 other women from the neighborhood. So how many more are there?" Silence. Then he laughed. Actually laughed. "You set me up. You think you're so clever. But you weren't the only one playing games." That's when I realized he knew I was Emily all along. I sat there holding my phone, completely stunned. He knew. Mark knew I was behind the Emily profile the whole time. He played along, flirted, scheduled a date, all while knowing it was me. I asked him, "So you weren't actually trying to cheat?" He paused. "No, I was testing you. I wanted to see how far you'd go to trap me." That flipped everything on its head. I was the one who had created a fake account to catch him, but he was saying he played along to catch me doing it. According to him, the minute he saw the Emily profile, he suspected it was bait. He only kept talking to see what I'd do. My brain was spinning. I didn't even know what part to believe anymore. After that call, I couldn't sleep. Around 3 a.m., I got up and started going through the closet, looking for something, anything that could tell me what was real. That's when I found it, a journal shoved deep behind his winter coats. It wasn't like a teenage diary. It was more like notes. Cold, organized, intentional. Dates, names, even locations. Each entry looked like it had a header and bullets underneath. Like a tracker. I flipped to one entry titled T. Colorado Springs. Under it, he wrote things like, "Trust level, medium, believes I work in network security, family, only sister, met once." There were 3 more entries. R. Home, L. Next door, and one that made my stomach flip, B. Yoga class. B was Brooke, a woman I'd seen maybe twice at our local yoga studio. Quiet, in her 40s, divorced. He was tracking us like a project. Like we were part of some long-term experiment. I showed the journal to Lisa the next day. Her hands were shaking as she read it. "This isn't just cheating," she said. "This is some next-level manipulative ***T. She was right. But it wasn't over yet. That night, Lisa called me in a panic. "He came to my house." I froze. "What?" "He knocked like it was nothing." had this creepy smile. Said, "You and Rachel had your fun. Now it's my turn." Then he just walked off. I told her to lock her doors and that I was calling the police. They sent someone over, took a statement, but without a direct threat, there wasn't much they could do. They called it suspicious behavior. That's it. A few days later, I flipped to the last page of the journal. There was no name. Just a single sentence. Phase 2 starts when she thinks it's over. I don't know what that means yet. I don't know if I'm still being played or if Mark's just trying to mess with my head from a distance. But I'm watching my back now. And I don't think this is over. After finding that journal entry, phase 2 starts when she thinks it's over, I couldn't sit still. I called Talia, told her everything. She drove up to Aurora the next day. We met at a diner just off Havana Street. I showed her the journal. She nearly dropped her coffee. "This is psychotic," she whispered. "He's been treating us like test subjects." We made a decision right there. It wasn't about revenge anymore. It was about getting answers. We decided to confront him. Together. Lisa offered her place as neutral ground. I texted Mark and told him we needed to talk. I said I had something of his, truthfully, that journal, and he needed to come get it. He said, "Fine. Be there at 7. When he walked into Lisa's house that night, he didn't flinch seeing Talia and me sitting on the couch. He gave us both a long look, smirked, then looked over at Lisa in the kitchen like it was a regular evening. "So," he said, dropping his keys on the table, "what's this about?" I held up the journal. "This. You kept notes. About all of us. You planned it. You played all of us." Talia stood. "You lied to me. For a year. You met my sister, you slept in my bed." Mark shrugged. "And? You weren't asking questions." Lisa stepped in. "You came to my house last week and said something about having your turn. What did you mean by that?" That's when his mask cracked. Just slightly. He scoffed. "You all think you're innocent? Rachel, you made a fake dating profile to trick me. Lisa, you jumped at the chance to play detective. Talia, please. You believed I was traveling 2 hours just for business? Give me a break." The room went quiet. Then Talia snapped. "You're disgusting. You're predictable," he shot back. That was it. The emotional lid blew off. Talia started crying, Lisa slammed a glass down, and I just stood there. Numb. "You don't care, do you?" I asked him. "You never cared. This was all a game." Mark finally lost it. "You're damn right it was a game. Because everything gets boring. People are boring. You were boring." Talia stormed out. Lisa told him to get the hell out before she called the cops. He laughed, but he left. Just like that. Gone. I collapsed on the couch. Lisa sat next to me, hand on my back, saying nothing. Talia texted me later, "I'm sorry. I should have seen it sooner." I told her the truth, me too. Over the next few days, word got around. One of the women from yoga, Brooke, heard from Lisa and came forward. She said he showed up at her class a few times after our confrontation, just watching. We filed a police report for stalking. Lisa installed cameras. I changed all my locks. It's been a few months now. Mark hasn't contacted me again. I don't think he will. I think once the game was exposed, it stopped being fun for him. I see Lisa almost every day. We go on walks now, talk about normal things. Sometimes we talk about that night, but mostly, we try not to. Talia and I text sometimes. She's seeing someone new. Healthier, slower. As for me? I still live in the same house. Still do graphic design. But I've changed in ways I didn't expect. I second-guess people now. I hesitate before trusting. I don't check dating apps. Not yet. Maybe not for a while. But I'm healing. This whole thing, it didn't break me. It opened my eyes. Mark didn't ruin me. He exposed himself. The lesson? If someone brags they can get anyone they want, believe them. But also believe they'll lose everyone when they try. I'm not hopeful, not hopeless. Just awake now. And honestly? That's enough.